Welcome to the Blended Mamas podcast, where we talk about co-parenting, the good, the bad.
The funny and the sad.
I'm Maria, I'm the stepmom.
And I'm Sam, I'm the mom. Look at my whole ass knees,
I
though.
know, your whole knee.
My whole knee.
It's a good rip. So today we got some situations in.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do a situations episode, okay?
Yes,
so I think we have like 3 good ones from you guys. And then I also found some from some other like co-parenting pages that I might, I think we should also throw in there because they're good topics to talk about.
Oh, whoa.
So let me...
Here, yeah, you choose which one.
Okay, so I wanted to pick the ones that you guys sent in. Okay. All right. So this person emailed in, but she put everyone's names. So I'm going to try to just do first letter of the name because I don't really want to say everyone's names, Yeah. Try to keep it anonymous. I met T when he was rather newly separated. He and his ex, M, had a 3-year-old daughter. I was divorced with a 5-year-old daughter and a 3-year-old son. It was instant love. While spending the night at his apartment for the very first time, if you catch my drift, all kids were with prospective grandparents. While in the middle of a test drive, we heard a hard, loud banging on the door. He threw clothes on and ran downstairs. I was a little further behind. As he opened the front door, his ex-wife began to try and force her way in. Of course, he was pushing back, but being the nice guy that he was, he didn't want to harm her in doing so. So as he let up a bit, now mind you, I have now made my way downstairs, and the screaming coming out of her mouth was that of a woman who had lost her every last fuck. So, as he steps slightly back, she plows through the door and raises her arm above her head, wielding a Bud Light bottle, and sends it smashing right across the top of his head. Glass goes everywhere. Total...
Wait. This is a situation...
Yeah.
We got mailed in.
Yes. Emailed, yes.
Emailed, yes.
Yes. Total chaos ensues. She turns and runs away. Later, she told me she was so drunk that she was running around hiding behind people's houses because she thought the cops were going to come and get her. Over the next year, things continued to deteriorate. It was a pretty hard custody war. Sam. I know, that was a wild intro. Damn, girl.
Oh my God.
Over the next year, things continued to deteriorate. It was a pretty hard custody war. And finally, after seeing this poor little girl go through all of that, I could take it no more. Mm-hmm. I drove to her house and I asked if I could come in. I sat down and proceeded to explain to her that I loved her child, but that I was not trying to replace her as a mother, that she was there and she would be no more important, that there would be no more important woman in her daughter's life than her, and that if we didn't find a way to get along, we were going to do irreparable damage to this child we both loved. Yeah. And after that, we figured out that we actually really liked each other, and things were wonderful. Unfortunately, she then met someone who did not allow the co-parenting in the way that we were doing it. Hold on. Okay. As you have mentioned in some of your videos, for some reason, some people don't actually want that piece. A few years later, Todd and I went our separate ways amicably. The kids are all grown now. She and I speak from time to time through social media, and I like to think that what we did was really special, and then it did make a difference for our children. Years later, my youngest daughter ended up having a stepmother that I did everything I possibly could to get along with, but it just never happened. So it does take 2. I think it's wonderful what y'all are doing, and I saw that you're selling some sort of book or guide, and I think that's great. So that's just what our society needs. I hope you nothing but a huge, huge success. For one, money really can make your life great, so I hope you make lots of that. And 2, because what you're doing is actually really helping people. You're not doing some weird shit on the internet just to make funny. So to both of you, God bless you in your journey. I hope God guides you every step of the way.
Aww.
Wasn't that a good one?
That was... I had a lot of emotions with that one right now. Yeah, I was like, She did exactly what some of us want to do. The bio mom. I'm sorry, but
I've always wanted to do it.
I've always wanted to do that.
Just go, pow, right over the head.
Crack a motherfucker just all crazy, more or less, baby daddy kind of shit. But That's why I'm like, dude, she literally did what I fantasized about like numerous fucking times. I just don't want to hurt anybody like that.
I love that she had the balls though to just like go to her house and be like, well, it's because let's fucking talk.
She had beer balls, that's why.
Yeah. She was like, let's fucking talk.
Yeah, like we're doing this, and then just cracks them over.
Well, no, I was thinking the girl who wrote this in, when she said after a whole year of just like, you know, really bad fighting, she finally went over and was like, let's talk. Yeah. You know, I love that you guys did that. And
because I feel like it takes a lot for like she said, it takes two. It takes two. Yeah, it's a huge effort.
You can want it as bad as you want, but if the other
person is not seeing eye to eye with you and what the bigger picture is, like, of course it's not gonna fucking work.
Or if they're just weirded out by it.
Yeah, like, oh my god, like, you guys get along. It's like, okay, first of all, yes, we always got along, but we became friends.
Yes, we weren't always friends.
It wasn't like an overnight thing, like, oh my god, you're dating my ex, I need to be friends with you.
Right.
So I can stay around.
Right.
You know, I want to be in your guys' life. And
right.
Forced myself. And no, I don't do that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm fucking lazy. I don't do shit like that.
Yeah.
I'd rather go home and sleep.
This happened really naturally.
Yeah, it happened very naturally.
And Carlos wasn't even around most of the time because he was working graveyard.
Yeah.
Remember that? It was just us.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun. Okay, let me go to the other one.
That one was crazy, though. Cracks him over the head with a fucking beer bottle.
Okay. I know, that was wild.
Like I said, we've all wanted to do that at one point.
And thank you so much for everything that you said about us being so nice. I absolutely love it.
We greatly appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay. This one's kind of long. I'm going to do my best.
Okay.
First, I want to say I love you guys.
Thank you.
My name is Karina. Hi, Karina.
Hi.
I have 2 stepdaughters and 2 bio sons. I have raised my oldest stepdaughter since she was 3, but in her life since she was born, watching her a lot, helping her dad out. And she's now turning 7 in 2 months. Her bio mom wasn't around very often. It was scarce to see her. My youngest daughter is 3, turning 4 in July. I've had her since she was 3 years old. She was in foster care for the first 3 months of her life. Her bio mom left her in the hospital, so CPS took her. Bio mom wouldn't tell who the father was. We knew it was my husband, and she wouldn't help us pull her out of foster care. It took a lot for me and my husband to get her home with us. Their bio mom was on drugs really bad and using during pregnancy. She was in and out of jail, and when home still wanted nothing to do with the children. The day I went for custody of both my stepdaughters is the day she decided she wanted something to do with them after years of not wanting them. She showed more interest in our oldest daughter, more so than our youngest, and she told me it was because she was there more for our oldest than our youngest. So she feels like her youngest is more mine than hers, and I agreed with her on that. Bio mom's dad took us to court, talked on her behalf, which shouldn't be allowed, and even the court said she doesn't seem to care very much. They agreed she isn't stable mentally, and they gave her unsupervised visits. The first day she met our youngest, she looked at her and told her, "I'm your real mom, and you will call me mom." The court said she shouldn't do that. She still corrects her on who she is. It's caused a lot of behavioral issues. Bio mom tells them stuff about how if it wasn't for me and my bio son, they would still be a family. Where was I? Sorry, I'm shook.
What?
We had to put our oldest into. We had to have our oldest see a psychologist over it, and the psychologist doesn't think she should be in their life. We thought this would be an easy fight, but for some reason the judge gave her visits after all of those years. I've raised them like my own. I pay for everything for them from healthcare and everything she didn't want to pay a dime towards. And she has admitted she is jealous she wasn't able to be there for them. I'm so glad you took them in and raised them, but then she bashes me to them. Our oldest daughter asked why I'm so nice to her bio mom when she isn't nice to me, and I told her that it's easier to be nice than mean. And I tried to give her more time with our oldest, and she said no. She's fine with what she has. Then bio mom's dad calls someone at court for more time with her, and she swears up and down she isn't the one who's doing any of this, it's her dad, and she has told him to back off. I don't believe her. I think she's being petty and jealous, and the court told us they need her to see them more without us present. They know she can't handle them and need her to prove it. My husband got upset and said, "So you want to put them in danger?" just to take them completely away from her when they should have been taken when she left them years ago. She misses visits, makes up lies that we know are lies. I've been very patient with her and nice, but I'm dying inside. If she would have been there for them more, I wouldn't be upset right now. But seeing she wasn't, and we've had them all these years, it's ripping me apart. Seeing what it's doing to our children. She says she doesn't believe she is the reason the girls are mentally all over the place, and Biomom blames it on disabilities. I have proven to her by taking them to doctors and therapy that they don't have learning disabilities. She is still posting, about her, about them being she is still posting about their being neglected by parents because they have mental issues and it's not being taken care of. But she will message me about how I'm a great mom, the girls love me, and she appreciates everything I've done for them. I'm tired of her jealousy hurting our children, and I fear she will never see what she is doing to them and what's best for them. I always try to do right by all the kids, but this is back and forth is not okay. I blame myself a lot for what they are going through. Sorry, hold on. No, you're good. Okay, I blame myself a lot for what they are going through, and it keeps me up at night. I blame myself because CPS told me to put papers in a lot sooner than I did, and I was high risk pregnancy and was trying to wait till after I deliver, so I didn't have a lot of stress risking my pregnancy. And that's the only two waited to put the waited. That's the only reason why I waited to put the papers in. I love these little girls so much, and I know what they're going through. I've been through it myself when I was little with my father, but so sorry for the long email. I've been bottling it all up.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Wow. For one, you are not to blame, but it's easy as a mom to put the blame
on yourself. 100% all the time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, mom guilt.
Yeah.
All the mom guilt.
I totally get that. Like, I blame myself all the time for how Jaden's life is. And I know it's not just me. You know what I mean? But you just can't help but. Granted, she doesn't have a bad life. I'm not, like, saying that now. But, like, when, in the beginning, I literally blame myself for everything. Everything that she had to go through. And it wasn't even bad.
Right, I know.
Like, her shit was not bad. Even coming from two separate parents, I don't feel like it was bad. I've been through worse, and just like her dad, he's seen and been through worse. Like, we both have. So that's why it was always, like, our goal to, like, always be cool and everything like that. But you still can't help but put blame on yourself. It's just a natural thing. It sucks, but it is a natural thing that we all go through at some points. As far as, like, the courts, sometimes they really do, not even sometimes, most of the time they do fail.
All the time we hear stories like this of the courts just completely failing the children.
It's their, like, yeah, granted it is her mom, but if my mom left me out of hospital, no, she's not.
Right. And the fact that
you may have birthed me, but you were not my mom.
And the fact that she said, you will call me
mom. No, you need to give, like, imagine.
I know.
Like, that's a whole lot of therapy and also, that they're going to have to deal with.
Yeah,
like, even in their adulthood.
They don't even know her. No. And this woman's like, I'm your mom.
I'm your mom. I'm like,
the fuck? Yeah. And as a little girl, that's so confusing.
That, especially that age. That age, like, 7 too. 7 and what? 7 and almost 3?
Yeah. Right? 7 and almost 4.
Almost 4. That's like their minds are like, you're still molding them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're still helping them, like, learn a lot, and then knowing that they have to go through that.
Yeah.
And the oldest daughter is saying that she doesn't want to fucking go over on her mom at 7.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, she knows. That's sad. Because she knows.
Kids understand vibes.
For sure.
They do. For hands down. I've seen that shit before. Yeah. It trips me out when you know, like, a kid is like,
especially when you have a very present mom who, you know, technically you're whatever stepmom, but, like, you're their mom because you've taken them in, and then you have some other person that you don't know anything about, who probably doesn't make the best decisions for you when you're in her care, being like, no, I'm your mom.
But you know what pisses me off too, that she just said that CPS told her that she should have done it sooner.
No, how about CPS? You fucking do the right thing.
Like, what the fuck? How many kids do we need? A list of how many kids you guys have failed?
Yeah.
Like, do we really want to, like, compare? Oh, you should have done it. Well, you should do your job then too.
And why is the dad allowed to, like, speak for her and do all this stuff? The bio mom's dad.
I believe they do have, like, grandparents' rights, so that's probably what it is. in there.
That makes like zero sense to me.
It's more or less like just because the mom is a fuck up, like the grandparents want to be a part of the life. Sometimes that's literally
I feel like
they have to do.
That's the other thing that gets me is like
shitty.
Like grandparents should just, I feel like they should just talk to you if they want to see the kids. Like it's gonna have to be on your time. You know, yeah. I would not feel safe.
Like it's not hard to. Honestly, it's actually easy for me. I feel like it's easier to be mean than it is to be nice.
I know when she said that, I was like, oh. Well, I feel like it's easier to be nice than mean. I am very much that way. But it's funny because I feel like Sam is the opposite.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Complete fucking
That's
opposite.
Why we complete
so much
each other.
Easier. It's easier for me to be mean than it is to be nice. Yeah. Like
that was literally my thought.
Being the biggest person. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I'll be the biggest bitch if I have to. But so being funny. Like, no, I'm sorry. That made me go to therapy trying to be a nice person, and it just made me realize that I'm okay.
Yeah.
But keep documenting everything. Keep text messages. Do all of that. Build your case, because clearly CPS is just fucking stupid. Whoever works for CPS, I am so sorry if you guys have to like just follow whatever protocols. But
yeah, I'm sure
sometimes
it's hard, but
like
I don't know.
Sometimes they do fail you.
I hear a lot
out of the times they do fail you.
Yeah.
And like hearing all like the cases, even the ones that are like really public and known.
Yeah.
And they're like, CPS could have done better. CPS could have done. You would think like having an ugly situation tied to where you work at, no.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's crazy. I'm sorry you're going through all that. And I hope that you're also getting the care that like that therapy and stuff that your kids are going through. I think you probably need it too.
Yeah. But it's
always good to talk to someone.
Yeah, but it's very natural to feel like you're at fault, just because that's literally, I feel like a lot of people go through that.
That's that mom guilt.
It's just a natural guilt, but clearly you're not, because you're actually letting this woman be a part of their lives. And
yes. It's hard.
Nope.
That's okay.
Fucking horrible.
Here's the next one. This one is from Reddit, and it's juicy.
Ooh.
Not for the first time. I found an unfamiliar pair of knickers on the drying rack today.
Knickers?
Knickers. She must be in Europe.
Knickers.
They had presumably gotten mixed up in my stepson's stuff, which Bia Mom had left with us while she went away for the weekend. My husband did this laundry to help her out, and I found the underwear later when I was going about folding and putting it away. This has happened before, and I'm not having it. I've decided that if I find another woman's knickers in my house, they're going in the bin. If my husband doesn't want that to happen, he can make sure that I don't see it, not wash her underwear, or tell her not to pack her underwear with their son's stuff. If she doesn't want that to happen, she can keep better track of her underwear. I've been in a pretty good place with my husband's ex recently, and life is good, but I'm very annoyed that I even have to think about this. So my question,
ask her, I'm sorry.
Do you think it's on purpose? Oh! And the fact that it's not every the first time? How would it end up in his bag?
Collect those motherfuckers, put them in a trash bag, make sure they're not washed. Can you imagine how stinky dinky that would be in a fucking trash can? And then I would give it to her, I'd be like, oh, you keep putting your underwear in whatever the kid's name is, in our son's bag. Here you go. Here's all your underwear.
That's so funny.
That's no, she's doing that shit on purpose. Right. And the fact that they get along now, is she still doing it?
That's my thing.
No, okay, she's fucking doing it.
And these were some of the comments that fucking killed me.
Unless the husband's cheating.
Right, why would he wash it?
Either way, why in the fuck are you washing it and putting it right?
Your underwear has never ended up here.
Fuck no.
And we hang out a lot.
Exactly. I've had shirts end up here.
Shirts, well, that's because she wears your shirts.
Yeah, that's because she wears my shirts.
But fucking underwear? Never.
No.
Someone said, if it is just one pair of her underwear with stepson's clothes, and it has happened before, she's definitely doing it on purpose.
Thank you.
I would throw them out and then see if she asks your significant other for them. And then he should call her out on it. Because if she knows they're missing, then she knows she put them in there.
Why isn't he saying anything about it?
Yeah, hey, your fucking underwear keeps ending up in here.
Does he think It's his wife's?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because if he's doing the laundry all together, okay, I could totally get that.
And there's lots of various things. Like, is it what type of underwear is this?
Yeah, because some guys really are not smart when it comes to women's underwear.
Right. If it's
really not.
But this is my thing. It's like, look, we got like our grandma period underwear, and then we got our schmexy time underwear. What kind of underwear is she leaving? That's my follow up. Is she purposely leaving her schmexy underwear?
She's leaving the booty shorts underwear because a lot of guys actually fucking love those.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
You did not need to do that. You're like,
So that's my thing, though. Like, if it's a random pair of granny period underwear,
okay, that could
probably
be
not on purpose.
Yeah, that could actually be a mistake.
But if it's like sexy time underwear
or the booty shorts underwear,
why is it in her kid's shit? That's weird.
Doing that shit on
like
purpose.
Nobody goes to their kid's room to change their underwear. I'm not changing my underwear in Jaden's room and putting it in her bin.
That's what I'm saying. That's weird too.
Like, I have my own laundry pile, and I, like, my shit goes there.
Yeah, I have like ours together, but I always separate like after I wash
like
everything.
You guys separate
everything. Yeah. But if she is leaving underwear in there and it's only one fucking pair and there's like no sock there either, bitch is totally doing that shit on purpose.
Literally just underwear. That's your thing. When do you just change your underwear? Usually you change your underwear and your pants.
Like, do you like pack his dirty clothes and separate them and then you're like,
I would send over a pair of his nasty shit undies back.
Yeah. Or no, I would put like, I would get my husband's old nasty fucking underwear because we all know motherfuckers have those. That have the holes in the crotch and everything like that because they don't understand.
Send it back. Send that back. Put that in the bag and send it back.
I would be like, here, bitch, you want to give me your crusty vagina fucking underwear?
Here's his crusty.
You can have his holy shit stain underwear too.
Tire mark underwear. Enjoy.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Wash them for me too while you're at it, since I'm washing your fucking. Or I would give her. I'd be like, hey, do you have some money for the fucking water bill?
Since I'm washing
your pair of underwear. You know what I mean? I will charge you a quarter every single time I see your fucking underwear because that's how much it is at a laundromat.
Because why would that happen? There's no.
That's what I'm saying. It's right when she said this hasn't happened. This has happened before.
Intentional.
I already knew that was fucking intentional. And I don't even give a fuck what the fuck it
was. Like, look, there's a difference. But okay, because it's happened before. This happened to Carlos. All of our laundry got washed together. Mm-hmm. Not yours. All of our laundry got washed together, and one of my undies
sticks to it.
In the dryer, it's stuck on the inside of his pant leg.
Oh yeah.
So halfway through his workday, he's like, what the fuck is in my pants? And pulls out my underwear. And he's like so if it's one of those situations,
okay, if it's a situation like that, then that's totally understanding. But
not this.
I don't know. That doesn't honestly. Okay, the reason why I'm saying this is because that's something I would probably fucking do. I can't even lie, bitch. I can't even lie.
Yeah, let's be real.
I did that. I left a pair of I left 3 good pairs of underwear. Sorry. I never told you this shit. I left my 3 good pairs of underwear at my ex's house on purpose, and I stuck it underneath because I know how he worked, and he always just grabbed whatever's on the top. So I always I tucked it under when I was getting my shit out of his house. Yeah, I ended up finding out his girlfriend found him.
Oh my god, that's good.
And they got into it all bad.
He deserved it.
You're welcome. Mm-hmm.
Stay toxic.
Stay petty. But he deserved that one. That was a long time ago too, though. That was years ago.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying bitch, I've done that.
Say you're off. That's something I would do.
I would totally work.
Actually, I have done
it. I actually have done it.
Here, wait, unlock it. So
oh my god, that's just fucking funny though. Yeah,
we'll do one more.
Guarantee the bitch is doing that fucking shit on purpose.
Dude, that was so
you
funny.
have to.
That was so funny.
Unless if it is tucked in or anything I need more of a backstory on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
I would love to hear a backstory on that.
You can know if it was intentional or not sometimes just by the situation, by the clothes in there, right?
Yeah.
if you're just sending, if I don't know.
If I don't even see a fucking sock from the bitch, then I know for sure it's like
just one pair.
Because I feel like one pair of
multiple times,
but no sock.
That's intentional.
Because socks always stick to your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or a bra.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
or the
fucking
pants.
Underwear?
For me, it's the pants. I take everything off together. Yeah. I'm rarely taking my pants off without taking the chonies off.
I literally take, my gym stuff, I do that. But when it comes to like my jeans, yeah, literally I'll take one by one off.
Right.
Except when it comes to my socks. My socks are always hidden inside my jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I feel like, yeah. I've done that shit. I'm proud of it.
Okay.
I'm not proud of most shit, but...
This one came in through Facebook DM.
Okay.
I think it's another long one. So we'll finish with this one. I don't know if you'll ever see this or reply, but if you do see this, I'd like both of your opinions. I've come across your videos and I have a few questions. So a little background. I am married to someone who had a previous wife and has 2 children from her. Mm-hmm. My husband and I have 3 children together. I've tried to be nice to his ex, but I found out early that when we were together, he cheated on me with her. I decided to give him a chance because I love him and we both wanted to make things work. But every chance she gets, she throws her memories of them together in my face, or would gaslight me into thinking she was the victim and that she wants a blended family. But I'm the one staying away. I also found out that she's been talking bad about me to her friends, saying that I'm insecure and jealous of her. She's even tried to take me to court to get me to pay her child support because I'm married to her ex-husband. And there's a whole lot more, but I don't want to air out all my dirty laundry since I'm still going to therapy for things that happened to me in the past. Mm-hmm. I've come to a point in my life where my kids and my mental health mean more to me than some old mistake my husband made, and he's shown me that he would never do it again. Mm-hmm. So we're in a good spot in our relationship. Anyways, my question is, would you ever be able to be as close to each other like you are if your spouse ever cheated on you with his first child's mother? How would you be able to move forward if that ever happened? Is there a way to move forward, or would you just chuck it as a loss? No.
Honestly, check it as a loss.
I'm like, for me, no. As soon as you cheat, it's done. Mm-hmm. Done.
No.
Like, there's no, to me, that's a very hard boundary I have.
Yeah.
And like, Carlos is very aware, like, and it's same for him because I just know it would trigger every insecurity I have ever had, and I would never be able to feel secure in our relationship again, especially with this kind of situation where like he's going to regularly see the girl that he cheated on me with. Exactly. Like, I don't know if I could do that. I know there are people that have. There's another account called Lex and Leash.
Oh, yeah.
They had that situation, but like in high school. And now they're like 30-year-old adults and they all co-parent great. And they're both,
they're funny.
They're really funny. They're both married. They all have their own kids and stuff. And they have moved on and done that. But I think it's also because when that happened, they were like literally 16 years old, you know? Yeah, but personally, no, I couldn't do it.
I wouldn't even be able to do that either. I would not be around you if that was like my mindset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that, no, because I know.
I just know, like, I know what will trigger my insecurities. Yeah. And like, I would not be able to have a healthy relationship.
That would even like, even though like I'm not in that kind of, scenario or anything like that. But for me, especially being the age that I am now, there's a lot more shit that I would not put up with.
Yes.
Even more so than what it was when I was younger. I didn't even put up with a lot of shit when I was even younger. But now it's like 10 times more now.
Now that we've like grown, I look back at some of the things, and obviously not co-parenting or anything, but like I look back at my life and there are so many things where I'm like, man, I wish I could go back in time
do that. Yeah.
And just grab myself by the face and be like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, like, why are you allowing this person to do this? Yeah. You know,
the only thing I wouldn't take back is, of course, like whatever happened with me and Carlos, because I had Jaden out of it. That's the only thing I wouldn't take back. But half the time I'm like, fuck, I was fucking stupid. I'm just like, what the fuck was wrong with me?
Yeah.
Like, why would I ever allow anybody to ever treat me that way or put up with that?
Yeah.
So for me, it sucks because even if you have conversations about what you're feeling or anything like that, it's still going to be in the back of your head.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's worth it? You working on a marriage or a friendship knowing that the bitch is still bringing up that shit. When me and her are hanging out, I try my hardest to not bring up shit because I don't like to bring it up.
Right.
And it's not even for you or for Carlos or anything like, it's more or less me.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that makes me look like I'm still stuck in the past. But it's like, no, it's very, like, much, what happened. And, like, he was there, and all that stuff. But there's about us being together in that kind of sense. That's one boundary I would never fucking cross.
Yeah, like Sam, ever. Something I appreciated was when we, like, first started getting to know each other and starting this page is, like, I got to hear your story, your side of the story. Because I've heard, I mean, Carlos, he's not a man of many words, but he told me, like, how he fucked up and, like, basically the gist of the story.
He was willing to tell you the ugly of it.
For sure. But it was definitely great to still hear your side of the story through all of this.
Yeah.
And, like, I feel like that's why we're all so cool, is because, like, it brought a lot of healing too, And but I will say, like, you're not over here talking about, like, oh yeah, the first time Carlos did this with me, or like, you don't ever bring up stuff like that. I would never
do that.
Right. So you're not, like, you guys reminisce on like friends
fun shit that we did, like the stupid shit that we did.
Remember that guy that we went on this road trip and this happened? Yeah.
That's, oh my God, I remember when we saw this.
Yeah.
But it was never like, oh, do you remember when we held? I don't even know what the held hands. Like, that's the only thing I can come up with right now.
Nothing that's ever
never
romantic.
Ever like that. For one, I am the type though too. I will never ever disrespect someone's marriage, especially someone that I'm close to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that is, like, that's something I wouldn't hate if someone were to do that to me.
And the fact that she keeps bringing that shit up is, like,
especially
so ugly.
In front of you. That's something right there where she really does not give a fuck about your boundaries.
Yeah.
Or she doesn't even have any respect. That's, like, no respect whatsoever.
Well, yeah.
And the husband, though, like, even, I'm sorry. I would be like, either you do this, like, you have a conversation where... But I wouldn't even be able to trust the motherfucker along with her.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Especially after they cheated. And, like, we don't have all the details. I don't know how long ago this was. I don't know how long you've been together now. Well, you guys have 3 children together now.
Yeah.
And I guess it was way in the beginning. I don't know. I just could never. No. I would not be able to. So, and this is my thing. If you've had 3 more kids, so I'm assuming this is about 5 or 6 years since that happened. And it's still bothering you? That's all you really need.
It's never going to stop.
Yeah.
It's never going to stop.
That's all you need to know.
Because then in the back of your head, and let's just say, I'm thinking, like, long-term wise. I always go to the negative because I'd rather be prepared for that. So when something positive happens, I'm like, I'm so glad that I'm
surprised.
Wrong. I'm so happy. Those are the only times I'm actually glad to be wrong.
Yeah.
Is when something positive happens. But I always think negative. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, if I were to separate from this guy, she's easily going to swoop in and he's going to give right into her because he did it before.
Yeah.
That's my mindset.
Yeah.
Like, the only reason why you're not doing it now is because you don't want to get caught again. Because no one ever wants to get caught doing something that they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, I would not be able to. I mean, if you were still willing to do that and put up with it,
I hope you guys
kudos to you.
And I hope you guys went to, like, couples therapy.
Yeah, but I really hope and pray that your husband actually puts his fucking balls on and just tells her, hey, can we stop bringing that up? Like, that was a long time ago. That does not, that's not really how it is now. Yeah, it's not appropriate.
He needs to just put his foot down for you, That's, like, the one thing I would need him. I mean, that is one of the many things I would need him to do is, like, get her to fucking stop bringing it up. Call her out,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would definitely be like,
yeah.
I would have already ended it, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have stayed.
So,
to answer your question.
Kudos to you, but I would walk away.
Okay, so I think we're going to wrap it up. If you guys have your situations that you want to send to us, again, it could be a good one. It could be, I don't know, whatever. email them to theblendedmamas@gmail.com. I'll put it in the show notes for the podcast. And then just a reminder that our video podcast episodes are only on Spotify, and you have to pay and become a subscriber.
Yes.
But we put like the cheapest tier. I think it's like $2.99 a month or something.
Yeah.
But that just helps support us because we do take time away from our family when we do this, and we don't hire a babysitter. We still work full time, and we've got to edit and do all the things. So I have had a lot of you asking for the video episodes this past week.
Yes.
They're on Spotify, and you have to subscribe to get them.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
But yeah.
Good. All right. Follow us everywhere on all the socials, and have a great day. Bye.